Okay. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the death penalty. I'm going to argue, I'm going to try to persuade you that the death penalty is a bad idea, and that it's something that we should abandon. It's a practice that we should abandon and turn away from. But it's a really complex issue, and it's also a really emotional issue, you know, and there is really emotional, heartfelt opinions on either side of it, right? You know, so it's kind of it's a tough issue, you know. So on the one hand, we have folks who kind of see it as an instrument of order and like retribution in society, you know, and they think it's a good thing. They think it's something that you know, without which we would kind of lapse back into chaos, and that there wouldn't be order in society if people were, you know, if people knew that they could kill someone and not themselves be killed, right? And then on the other side of the issue, there's people who kind of see it as this like archaic, barbaric practice that that's kind of hypocritical. You know, the best way to, you know, I guess their position would be that you don't show killing is wrong by killing, right? So if I want to show someone that something is wrong, and they've stolen something, I don't steal from them. It's kind of like barbaric and backwards. So, yeah, so like what are the pros of the death penalty, right? Well, bad people need to be punished. I think that makes sense. People can agree to that. And it keeps order in society, like we talked about. It deters people from doing bad things, from committing violent crimes. And just revenge, you know, if someone does something bad to you, then you know, it feels good to do something bad to them. Boom. Okay, so the first argument, right, that bad people need to be punished, well, that like tacitly assumes that they need to be punished because they pose a threat to life, right? So we need to punish people who threaten life. Okay, boom. So this argument presupposes that life has value, right, and it's worth preserving. So, you know, coming back to this, it's kind of hypocritical to, you know, to show that life is valuable by taking life, right? This makes sense. And then also, so the argument that bad people must be, you know, executed or punished in order to keep order in society, because the threat of death is a deterrent against violence, right? But people who commit violent crimes, they're not really making rational decisions, right? They're killing people, so they're not going to respond to rational ways of thinking. Okay, so the idea that capital punishment, that the death penalty deters violent crime, there's no credible evidence that supports that. Okay, so if you look at states who have the death penalty, it's not like they have like lower rates of violent crime. And that's from the ALC, the ACLU. And then, so I guess like the last position that that taking revenge on offenders is the right of you know, the victim, their friends and family. That's okay. So that perpetuates a cycle of violence, and it's kind of barbaric. And you know, as an advanced society, we should aspire to loftier goals than that. So the cons of the death penalty, right? Like the negative argument here. It's really expensive. You know, you would think it would be cheaper to kill someone, but like the cost of the appeals process is pretty expensive. It's kind of a biased practice. Okay, if we look at like who is getting the death penalty, it's disproportionately black and poor people, dark people. You know, so people are defended by an attorney, a public attorney who is you know, whose competency can be questionable a lot of times, right? So that makes it unfair. It makes it a biased practice. And then there's like irrevocable mistakes where, you know, if we kill someone and we find out later that they're not guilty, then, you know, we can't take that back. We can't give them their life back. And that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks very much. Nice work. Samantha?